I'm sorry. Oh my God. Honest to God, guys, you do not understand what this means, man. And I'm absolutely made up that Delta, which is a company in Liverpool actually, and Sefton Council, which is a council within the Liverpool Merseyside region, is the had the court case, didn't he? And they lost, and he appealed, and you've just won. And I mean, I promise you, it is a massive, massive win. So just, I'm not a flipping solicitor. I'm not very knowledgeable in this sense, but the basics is Uber's business model is the passenger pays a tenner. Yeah. It goes to Uber. Uber pays the driver. Yeah. So that's the contract. Passenger to company, and then the company pays the driver. Right. That's Uber's business model. So as an example, because Delta won the court case, Delta's business model is the customer obviously books a taxi with Delta, yeah, but the contact's between the customer and the driver. The Delta's just the intermediate. So they'll just go, oh yeah, 1 sec, I'll just forward this job onto you, the driver. You pay him and deal with him, like that. And then in that sense as well is the settle. That's why like companies like Delta and stuff charge like 125 quid flat weekly settle, and that's just all you pay them. So you're paying Delta the 125 quid to have like the benefit of receiving jobs from their business model. So that's how it works. But the contract or the contract, the agreement is between passenger and driver, right? Delta's just up there as like a little booking agents giving work out. That's all they are. They're not like, you know what I mean? Where Uber, the contract is between the passenger and Uber. And then Uber will give the driver as much or as little as they want to give. Do you know what I mean? So that's where the workers' rights come in and stuff. And everything about when you drive for Uber, you are like classed as a worker, which is not employed, but it's not fully self-employed. It's like self-employed with workers' rights. That's how they give you like the sick pay and everything else. But the thing is, if Uber won this case that Delta's just appealed, I'm pretty sure it means that all local little operators and taxi companies and probably airport transfer companies, all of them local little operators would have had to follow Uber's business model. Like bloody holiday pay and workers' rights and VAT on the fares and stuff. Because at the moment, like the likes of Delta will pay VAT on the commission of the drivers because that's their income. Do you know what I mean? But the customers don't pay VAT on the fares because they're paying the driver. They're not paying the big company. And the drivers aren't VAT registered because they don't earn enough. Do you know what I mean? So that's where the VAT and everything else doesn't come into effect because the passenger pays the driver, yeah? And Delta just takes their little cut for working for the company. They pay VAT and all the tax and everything else on their commissions only, not the fares. Honestly, God, what's so good about it, right? And what I think is good about it, anyway, in my opinion, again, it's not fact, is I'm pretty sure Uber wanted it. So if there's like, for example, Delta would then have to start paying their drivers holiday pay and like sick pay rewards and, you know, all the Uber reward system and stuff. And then Delta would have to then charge VAT on the fares, which would then put their pricing up by 20% or whatever. They could outprice them on the market and everything else. I just think it's a huge win for local, small time, medium size, even large private hire companies. I think it's a big win. And it kind of puts the power back into the local company's hands, which obviously is just brilliant. I'm going to put the link below the video of Delta has just put a post on their website. Who's quite humble of them, where they mentioned that the local family Merseyside business, what was it, took down or like appealed against a Silicon Valley multi-billion-pound company. It was very like the statement was class. I'm gonna put the statements up on the screen because I thought it was, and I was like, fair play. Because when this all come in, it was only I'm pretty sure it was Sefton Council and Delta from Liverpool was fighting it, and then Vizizu or whatever that company is involved in the appeal as well, I think. But generally, guys, I promise you, it's a flipping huge thing. I don't know how it's going to affect Uber. Will Uber revert the way everyone else does it to try and make the fares a bit more competitive or whatever. Uber can kind of revert their business model and try and match up with the local companies now. Because originally, I think Uber's plan all along was to get this type of business model in place and then force all the other companies in the UK to follow suit, knowingly that they'd struggle or fail. And then they'd have the super monopoly, wouldn't they? Where now, what is Uber going to do? Who knows? What are the local companies going to do? Who knows? But yeah, absolutely blown away by that news, mate. It's such a huge win. And a huge win for Liverpool, man. The fact that a Liverpool company was like proper involved with that, and obviously it's a local council, Sefton Council as well. So yeah, absolutely blown away, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys. Like I said, I am no flipping solicitor. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I didn't read. I read the like the release, and I didn't understand half of it. I only know the basics. Do you know what I mean? So listen, if you've got any comments to help me out to understand maybe some of the fundamentals that I didn't include in the video, please include it below. Because like I said, I just think it is a big win for the local companies, and I don't know how it's going to affect Uber and their drivers in the future. So yeah, unbelievable, guys. Thanks so much for watching, as per usual. Catch you all later. I'm sweating. I'm actually sweating because I've just done the podcast in the other room with the doors shut and no fan on because the noise. So I'm literally like sweating. But yeah, nice one, guys. Thanks very much. Catch you all later.